everyone, welcome back. So today we're doing something a little different. Well, different as in I'm pretty sure this is going to be a three-part video because this build is so massive. Um and the last part that I'm editing right now is just it's so big. So yeah, I think I'm going to split this build into three different videos. But we're building a mansion in Del Sol Valley, which came with the Get Famous pack. I don't normally do giant builds like this. I actually haven't done a mansion on my channel yet, so this is a first. As you can see, I built the house, the outside, the structure's pretty much together. This first video is going to be the outside coming together, me putting in all the landscaping and the outdoor decor and all that. So that's what this first video is. The second video will be the first floor. And then the last video will be of the third floor. And then I'm going to put all the screenshots in there. It's just a massive video right now. I don't know if I'm going to end up splitting the last video into two parts, so making this a four-part video, but I'd rather not. So I'm just going to apologize now and just say that the last video might be the longest. The top floor just took me the longest to put together. It had the most stuff. And like I said, it's going to have all the screenshots, so it's just going to be a really long video. So if you don't want to sit through the whole thing, there will not be screenshots in this first video, and there won't be screenshots in the second video. But the last video will have all the screenshots, so you could always just go to that video when it comes out and just check out the whole build. But once I have everything done, I will add this to the gallery. It'll be under my name, BashfulVeggie. Right now, I don't have it up there, but once the build is complete and all the videos are up, I will add it to the gallery. But right now, we are just landscaping this massive build. The front of the build, I kind of went pretty simple. I didn't do anything too crazy just because it was so big and I didn't know what to put in here. And, I just didn't want it to go over the top. So I just did a bunch of like palm trees, and then I did these cute little shrubs. In the backyard, you'll see I already did it. I added the pool, and I wanted it to go to the edge of the property because I wanted it to look like an infinity pool, and I wanted you to be able to, or your Sims, to like look out over the valley while swimming in the pool. So I didn't want to close off the back of it, so I just did like this isn't a fence. This is a half wall, or like in the half wall section, it's a wall that I put around the property, and I put it up to the edge of the pool, like around the side, and then I just put a bunch of hedges on the side of the pool because, like I said, I didn't want the front part of the pool, so it looks a little weird since the front part of the pool at the edge of the property is open. But I just, like I said, I wanted it to be like you're looking out over the valley while, your Sims are looking out while they're swimming or whatnot. Like, I wanted it to be open and have the view. So, yeah, that's why it looks like that when you see the backyard. Right here, I'm just doing these fountains. In a little bit, you'll see, when I go to the backyard, I find one of those, I forget, I think it came with the Get Famous pack, but it's some sort of like pond thing. I ended up switching out one of these fountains for that, so the one on the left side, if you're looking straight at the build, not this side, the other side, will have that. And for some reason, I did the floor paint on this in this part, but when I went back into the build to finish the outside, it got deleted, so you'll see me like redo it again. So yeah, for some reason it like erased and I had to redo it, but right now I'm just putting these cute little planters out here. It just seems so empty and plain to me, so I just kind of fenced off these little sections against the wall, and I just filled this with a bunch of wildflowers and just flowers and trees and bushes and stuff because I wanted it to kind of look like a little garden area because, of course, maybe like the Sims that are live here are kind of rich, obviously, but they probably don't do their own gardening, but they hire a landscaper. So I thought maybe like they hired a landscaping company and they came in and they just like made this really pretty garden display in the front. So it added a little bit of color to the build because this build is very black and white. Like I did it very modern, black and white, like monotone, for all like the wallpapers and the furniture and just like the whole thing. So I added pops of colors with like these flowers inside. You'll see I add a bunch of like plants to add a little bit of pop of color. But as far as like the build itself, it's very black and white. I just didn't feel like a colorful build really fit in this like this space. Like I just felt like the sim that lives here like is very modern, very just like simple, plain. Like they're not like totally into everything colorful and you know eccentric and all that. So yeah, that's why I kind of went with just the neutral for that, and then just did these little pops of color just to kind of brighten it up so it didn't look so dull. Because I didn't want it to look boring and dull and like just like you know like your sim is just like I don't know boring or you know dead inside. No, I'm kidding. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to do that, but I really do like black and white builds. I just think they're really pretty. And I just they look clean and everything, so that's kind of why I went with that. But yeah, here I'm doing like the floor paint around the fountains and stuff. But like I said in a little bit, you'll have to see you'll see that I had to redo it because like I said, for some reason, um, when I went back in my game to finish to continue building, it got deleted. I don't know what happened. I don't know what glitched, but yeah, it wasn't a big deal. I just kind of fixed it. But yeah, and right now there's two fountains, but like I said, the one on the left is gonna end up changing. I liked it, but then I was like, I kind of want something a little different. I didn't want to be like so boxy and like same on each side. Um, but yeah, here I'm just doing like the little front porch. Like I said, I didn't go too crazy. Didn't go too crazy. I just did like some benches, and then I put a couple statues. They're from the romantic gardens, I think. I don't. I rarely use them, but they kind of looked pretty here on the front. Um, and they were just something different. They looked kind of like expensive, so I thought they kind of fit really nice, and they kind of just sat in the corners and yeah, I don't know. I just like I said, I don't get to use them very often, so I felt like in a build like this, it kind of fit and it was kind of perfect. Just to kind of fill in the space because like I didn't know what to do over here. I didn't want to put a ton of benches and all that kind of stuff because I figured your Sims really aren't going to spend a lot of time out front. Um, Maybe if they have guests over, they'll just sit out here. But there's kind of a wall, and the view is mostly from the backyard, so I was trying to focus on that. So yeah, I just trying to fill the space with whatever I could. And they had some plants on it that were had a little bit of color, so it kind of made the build pop a little bit also. And then out front is really like just plain. I end up adding just like a mailbox and like a garbage can out here and some of those security cameras. I did end up making like a you'll see there's two rooms on the top of this build, like the very, very top. They're like separate. They only have like little ladders that go up to each of them. Um, Originally, I was gonna make them both like for like the help kind of rooms, like if you have a butler or maid or whatever, because I know the butlers can live in. I was gonna make them like bedrooms, but I did one as like the butler's like living area. It's got like you'll see it's at the third. It's the very, very last video. Um, and, like I gave him his own bedroom, the kitchen, living room. It's like literally like a mini house on top for the butler. But then the other one, I didn't want to do the same thing. So you'll see at the end of this in the third video, I ended up making it like a security room because I changed the ladder to go up from the main bedroom into the room. And then I put one of those little hidden bookshelf doors against it, so it's kind of like hidden in their master main bedroom. Um, so I thought that was kind of cute, like it's secret. It's kind of like their storage thing, and then I add a bunch of like expensive things in like the vault and stuff. But yeah, you'll see that in the very last video. Um, but yeah, here I'm just finishing up the garden. Like I said, this is where I had to fix the floor paint because it got deleted. But you'll see I added that little pond thing. I believe that is from the Get Famous pack. I think you can add like sharks and like weird glowing things. Like you could put like fish, like you could add things to it and then they'll like live in there and you could like feed them and stuff. I believe that's what it does. Which I thought was really cool and really cute. So that's why I kind of wanted to add it. And then yeah, I just put a couple benches over there so your Sims can sit. But now we're working on the backyard, and the backyard, I did focus heavily on the kids. This house has the main bedroom and then two other bedrooms upstairs. One is either for like maybe a teen or like maybe their young adult child still lives here. Like it's very older, the other bedroom. And then the other one is split half and half between like a child slash toddler side, and then the other side you could put like an infant or a baby. There's like a crib. So the one bedroom upstairs is all for kids, and then one is like an older teen. Um, but I did make this like a family build. I know it's a mansion. Usually, I mean, a lot of people don't play with families in mansions, maybe, but like maybe you do. And I didn't want to exclude it from being a family home because it's so big. Like, I would think you would have a ton of Sims probably living in here. So yeah, I definitely made it kid friendly. And I felt like the backyard with the wall, it was kind of like hidden, so it didn't look so weird with all this like kid stuff in the backyard. Like it wasn't completely noticeable. So I just thought that looked nice. And then I added it was so big I added the big jungle gym, like the pirate ship over there, which I thought was really cute. I added the basketball court here. I added a swing set, and then with the pirate ship, I really wanted to do that sand on the sand paint because I felt like with the pirate ship, like maybe they're like on the beach, like these rich parents kind of really went all out for their kids in this backyard, and they were like, yeah, do whatever our kids want, you know what I mean? So they were like, the kids were like, oh, we want it on sand to be like a real pirate ship. So they like filled their backyard with like a sand pit so that they could play like on the pirate ship in the sand and like go down and build like sand castles or whatnot in the sand. Like it added a little bit of extra gameplay to it on top of it being. It just looked really good with the ship being there. So that's why I put sand in the backyard. And then the swing set I had in there. And then here I'm doing a little splash pad because I had this little open green area and I was going to put planters and stuff there. But then I thought, well, these Sims, like I said, are probably not gardening. You could always add planters if you want. There's plenty of space to throw them in there. But in my mind, I just didn't feel like this family really gardens themselves. So I didn't feel like planters really fit. So I did this cute little splash pad. I added the toddler slide because I figured if you had toddlers in here, they could slide right into like the sand and everything. I thought that was really cute. And then this little, like I said, the splash pad kind of just fit the area perfectly and it just kind of filled that space. And I figured like this family wouldn't just get their kid a sprinkler. Like they're not that cheap. They have money, they spend it. So, they went all out and had a custom splash pad put in their backyard for their kids to play in. And that came with the Growing Together pack. And I really like it. I think it's really cute. And the blue kind of goes with the pool and everything, so the color doesn't really clash too bad. So yeah, I thought that was like a good thing to just put in that little spot. But now we're gonna work on the deck. Right here, I'm working on the barbecue area. There's going to be like a outdoor seating next to it. I mean, a outdoor dining area next to it. Then an outdoor seating area. And then you saw all the way to the left, I actually put a hot tub. Because, of course, I felt like you had to have a hot tub in a mansion. And it's actually not the only hot tub. I end up putting a hot tub on the balcony of the master bedroom also. So there's actually two hot tubs in this build. So yeah, these Sims probably have money, have simoleons. I actually don't know how much this build actually cost in the end. I think after I was done building the outside, or was it the first floor? It was up to like 300,000 something simoleons. So this is, I'm gonna guess and say it might be like 500 simoleons in the end. But in the last video, I will check and I will try to remember to say how much this mansion actually cost in the last video if I remember to look, because I am kind of curious to see how much it actually came to. I don't know why I didn't check that. I don't think it's a million simoleon build. I don't think I spent that much. I could be wrong, but I really don't think I went that over the top. I used a lot of expensive items and I put a lot of like expensive things in here, but I don't think I went that crazy. But I could be wrong. but I'll let you know if I remember to add it in the last video to check and tell you guys. But you could always see if you when you go to the gallery and you download this, you'll obviously see how much it is too. So it's not that big of a deal. Um, but yeah, now I'm just working on the outdoor dining area. I really love this iron like table and chairs. Like I use the chairs down on that little patio. I just think they're so pretty, and that rose like detail on the back of the chair. I don't know. I just really really like it, and I love using those chairs outside. So I thought it was really pretty, and I wanted to use the matching like table with the iron on the bottom. I just think it's like a really pretty outdoor set that they gave. I think it's base game too. I don't even think it's part of a pack. So I really do like using that in a lot of my builds. And then I end up using this rug underneath, which has that rose pattern, which I thought was perfect because it matched the rose pattern that's on the back of the chairs. And I think that's base game too. So I think they're all pretty much base game items. Which is surprising, but they're really cute and I really like them. And I think they work really well together and they're very pretty. And then over there, it's just some outdoor couches and seating area. And then over here, I just put some pool loungers. Those are from the Desert Luxe kit, I believe. The loungers. And then these little tables we got with a base game update. I know I say it all the time, but I love these tables. I love that they're just they're little, they're smaller, they're round, and they're low. I feel like all the end tables that we have in this game are just so big. They're just so tall and they just I don't know, they just don't look right. So I just love this table and I was so happy when we got it, and I use it I think in almost every one of my builds now. It's just perfect for bedrooms and outdoor and living rooms. It just fits in every room you could think of. So yeah, you're just gonna continue to see me use that table and like everything. But yeah, I use a bunch of these fake palm trees. I think these are from the paranormal pack. They look kind of plasticky, but I thought they worked really well with this kind of like backyard, like oasis type of theme. Like of course, like there's real palm trees on the outside, but I felt like these cute little plastic ones just fit the decor for the decking. And then I put some behind the hot tub, which I thought was really cute because it just kind of adds like a little, like relaxing oasis kind of like vibe to the hot tub. But yeah, and then the pool, I just did a couple loungers in there. I ended up adding these. I think these are bubble and steam vents because they're really cool. They make the pool like all bubbly and steamy, and they're really pretty. And then I just did some lighting on the bottom of the pool to just kind of light it up at night. These are just some strips that come in the pool, like where the pool stuff is. I don't think like they don't light up that well, but I think they light up enough where like your Sims can kind of see. And then I just wanted one of those diving board kind of things because I felt like this pool is so huge that a diving board kind of just works. But I haven't play tested this yet because, like I said, I just finished building it and now I'm just editing everything. So I will play test everything before I load it to the gallery. I'm gonna hope and say that everything works. But if there's any glitches, I'll just fix it before I load it. I was a little worried if your Sims could get to the hot tub with those lounge chairs and everything in the middle, so I'll have to double check that. But yeah, I'll definitely play test this before I load it. I don't, want there to be any issues, and I'll try to fix everything that I possibly can before it goes up. But yeah, if you guys stay tuned, you'll see the rest of the videos later on. But yeah, I'm just finishing up the little seating area over here on the balcony. I mean, on the balcony, on the deck. I added these cute little couches. I think they're from Seasons. I think they're from the Seasons pack. They just looked really pretty, and they had the couch, like the pillows on the couch, and they had that like grayish black tone, so they kind of matched with like this table and just the color scheme for the rest of the house. So yeah, I just think they worked. And then I added like that little drink tray. I think that's from the Eco Lifestyle pack. I really like it, like I said, with like the little bottle and the little glasses on it. I think it just looks a little bit more sophisticated and fancy. It's just really pretty. But yeah, so this is it for the build. If you guys like it, please like and subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in part 2. Have a great day. Bye!